Rife was a media star. He was in the newspaper all the time. The media loved him. He was working with the top researchers in the world. He was doing revolutionary work, and the media really picked this up. And then suddenly, after the 30s, nothing ever again. You never heard from Rife again. I mean, why is that? What happened?
We have a photograph which shows a banquet thrown in Rife's honor to celebrate the end of all disease. It was even announced in the media. And then, years later, all these people that were at this banquet in honor of Rife denied even knowing him.
They come up with all this stuff, and of course anything that the AMA doesn't publish, why, of course, unsanctioned, why, that is no good. But as far as I'm concerned, there isn't any AMA. There's an American drug syndicate that tells those boys what they can do. Those are the ones. Park Davis, Whitehall, and a bunch of them. They tell them what they can do.
Get on this as far as information goes from the historical past and the scientific truth of what happened. So, but what we discovered, I mean, what anybody will discover when they search the record, is that Royal Rife invented a microscope in the early 1930s, which was called the universal microscope, and its unique quality was that it was able to view viruses in their living state. Able to view microbes as small as viruses in their living state. Now today, and even then, we had the electron microscope, which can see viruses, but in a snapshot approach, they're dead. They have to irradiate them with electrons, which is the method of operation. It kills them, and therefore you're not seeing the life process. And with optical microscopes, stains are used to bring out features, and the stains themselves are toxic, and once again you've got dead samples that you're viewing. Well, Rife saw this limitation in microbiology and microscopy and decided to address it. So his answer was to invent a microscope which used light to stain the sample, and thereby not killing it. And he was able to, using this method, obtain extreme magnification, extreme resolution, and he was able to view his samples in the living state, so he could see viruses moving around, going through their processes, which you can see with an optical microscope. But it was his ability to see viruses, which in the living state, which was his key innovation. And all of his other inventions, and there were many, all related to this, sort of bounced off the principles that the microscope operated on.
And a bunch of them, they tell them what they can do. Like all the experience that I had back east there with that International Cancer Research Foundation, you know. Christ almighty, they collect money in there by the millions, John. And what have they ever spent? What have they ever spent? People paying their good money. They're paying their good money towards a contribution that they think's going to be some benefit to humanity. And where does it ever go? It goes no place. And a bunch of them, they tell them what they can do. and a bunch of them. They tell them what they can do.
HIV, hepatitis, even the flu, dead in their tracks by shaking them to death. Well, according to scientists, it may be possible. New research determining that motion at high frequencies could actually kill simple viruses. But is it really that simple? Fox News medical contributor Dr. Jennifer Ashton joins us live. Thank you, Jennifer, for coming on. All right, so a new way to kill viruses, shake them to death. How does this work?
Right. Now, first we want to give a very strong warning here. This does not mean that people can pick up other people or children and shake them when they're sick with a virus. But this is a very interesting mathematical model right now that was created. It's not brand new, but it has been shown recently out of the Arizona State University scientists to work by almost by shattering the shell around the virus. And if they can be blasted apart by high frequency laser waves, then of course we can kill the virus.
So I guess the idea is that people who maybe become immune to certain drugs cannot become immune, or at least their viruses can't, to this shaking?
Well, that's part of it. And the really important thing to realize when you're working on any kind of new therapy is you want to destroy the bad and protect the good. So same thing for chemotherapeutic agents. So when you're talking about antiviral drugs, a lot of them are so powerful that they're not that effective against the virus, and they do a lot of damage to the rest of the body. So this is one way, and hopefully down the road we can target the outer part of the virus with this high frequency.
Any potential problems with this?
Well, it's a logistical one, and we're talking high frequency here. We're talking 60 gigahertz, which means a frequency of moving back and forth 60 billion times per second. So that's going to be a logistical challenge for the people in developing this, but laser technology might make it possible down the road.
All right, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, the all-knowing Mrs. Ashton. Thank you very much. It's always great to see you.
You bet, Julie. Likewise.